Yeah. Getting money like cashier. You know. Get the money like a cashier. You know. Customer, clientele. Yeah. I was broke, that was last year. Yeah. Getting money like cashier. You know. Get the money like a cashier. You know. Benjamin, nothing less. Yeah. I was broke, that was last year. Don't change them. I never switched up. Been down to day one. Steady soldier. People change them.
Oh, I was playing the keyboard for this. Hey, welcome to Dope Black Thoughts Live. My name is Marcus Ivy, and I haven't been on in a long time.
I'm Stefania.
I'm Hashim, also known as Hashade, and welcome back, Marcus.
Yeah, good to be back. See that growth there, that gray hair. And who else do we got here?
Mike Carter, aka the Paperboy. Good evening.
He's like, you need to take your daily dose of Geritol, my brother.
I mean, in all due honesty, we have actually been talking for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it just wasn't live.
It got good with us without y'all. So
that's true. That's true. The conversation was flowing.
So, like, did we share? No.
So many things. So many things.
And I had to get a whole lot of 4 and 5 letter words out.
It's a family show. You got it out.
I know my family is where I learned how to cuss.
Real quick. Sweatfo sweat. Anybody else? Sweatfo sweat?
Huh?
Okay. There's a term called, nobody ever heard the term Sweatfo sweat.
I have not.
All right. I tried to ask my mama. It's something right before the business about to happen. You say something to the ledge of, I swear for sweat. Bada baba baba. And so I asked my mama while I was home, what does that mean? But
what did you say?
It means you about to sweat right before you sweat.
And tell everybody where home is.
I'm from Austin, Texas. My whole family lives about within 100 miles of my grandfather's house in Copeland, Texas. Taylor, Texas is where.
So is your mom from Austin?
They're from Copeland. Then they went to Taylor.
So
go ahead.
Is Copeland on the map? Because that saying sounds like something that came.
Copeland. No, perchance, no. There's a post office, but that's how far off the grid we were. And she, right before it was about to go down, she would hit you with that, I swear for sweat. And that was like, whoa.
So I've heard, I've swear for God.
Yes.
But understanding how sometimes our people are with religion, I ain't going to take the Lord's name in vain. So I swear for sweat.
I think it was close to that. I'm not going to take the Lord's name in vain, but it's coming, and you going to know it. So I'm not going to swear for God, but I swear for sweat. You ain't going to say that to me again.
Swear for sweat. Wow.
Swear for sweat.
Okay.
I wish somebody out there was there. I talked to my mom. I'm like, Mama, what does that mean?
Blackisms, huh?
I was like, what does that mean?
There need to be a game show on Blackisms.
Blackisms.
There's a game, but it's a board game.
Sheesh. There's some guy on TikTok that does something similar. He has a card with the "Are you black?" And then he asks these phrases, and it's multiple choice. If you know the phrase, then you black. If you don't know the phrase, must not be. I don't know.
It reminds me of the game Black Card Revoke.
Yes, we have that. I have that. Yes.
I don't know that either.
Oh, I got it over here at the house.
Okay.
If you get
it reminds me of Jeff Foxworthy, who says you might be a redneck if you know these things. Yeah, you're definitely black if you know swear for sweat. I can't even say it right.
No, you definitely country.
Right. Okay. There you go.
Well, we played Black. Yeah, we played Black Card Revoke, and I'll tell you, they know how to get to people because one of the questions was when my siblings were here, they were all here, and the question was, who's the greatest rapper of all time?
Don't start.
Kid you not.
Alexa's gonna get us all into a fight.
That was one of the questions. And of course, we all about fault down there. I mean, what the heck? You know, you can tell who thinks who's the greatest by age.
Oh yeah.
And West Coast versus East Coast. Those are kind of your. So anyway, so Black Card Revoke is legit.
Yeah, it
is.
It's
called Black Card Revoke.
Mm-hmm.
Legit.
Okay.
And it has different topic box, different packs and different topics.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So
hello Alexa, order. No, I'm just kidding. Black Card Revoke. Gonna get it.
Hey, wait for Amazon Day, Amazon Prime Day.
So
Black Card Revoke game.
You guys are talking about Amazon and Alexa. You reminded me of a story that I heard in the news when they talked about yesterday. Earlier this week, Amazon released their internet sharing, their broadband sharing feature on their product. So it takes just a little snippet of your broadband and makes it available to anyone else that has Amazon Alexa type of products.
Ring doorbell, because that's very popular. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you all's thoughts on that?
I say you don't take my internet.
They can take a little bit of your broadband.
They're calling it bridging. So they call it bridging, and they're siphoning off a little bit of everyone's internet and making it available to the public for free.
Are they paying me for that?
Exactly.
But
you can turn it off though.
Comcast and Xfinity is doing that also.
Well, they do because it's called Xfinity Wi-Fi.
Right. And they're already borrowing other people's Wi-Fi.
But it's no. It's Xfinity's Wi-Fi.
It's I pay Xfinity for this, and Xfinity's saying, oh, by the way, I'm going to give a little bit when somebody pulls up to your house, somebody passes by your house, I'm going to give them a little bit of your.
As long as they're an Xfinity customer.
Okay. But
so therefore, with you being an Xfinity customer,
yes,
you have this privilege as well.
Yes.
So nothing's being taken from you.
But Amazon, it's terrible.
That's
Amazon is like, yeah, so we're going to take some of what Xfinity gave you. And if you're a neighbor, so that to me, like, Xfinity should be suing the shit out of, suing the fecal matter at I done said it. Should be suing Amazon, because isn't that like releasing the product? They're subleasing the Xfinity product.
It's squatting.
Yes.
Because they're not paying any. Well, we don't know. But
we don't know.
It sounds like squatting, not subleasing, if nobody's getting paid.
I hope they fight each other over it.
I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that aspect. This is interesting. I've been trying to keep myself news free. So
and the thing about when you shut it off, it has to be done from every device.
Every device.
It's not like you just go into this one thing and say not do it. So to me, that makes it disingenuous.
Apple doesn't work that way. Apple has very basic. They say, "Do you want?" And then you say no, and that covers all your devices.
Well, this is that next phase. Apple and Facebook were fighting.
Yes,
because Facebook has literally been selling your information to third parties as advertising. So every time you connected somewhere, every time you went somewhere, every time you logged in, Facebook was selling that information to a third party as advertising. And I guess within the last couple of months, Apple has allowed you on a regular basis to opt out of all of that stuff. And even if you can go back in right now and opt out of all of it.
Yes, and quite frankly, that's what I've done. I've opted out of everything. I don't like to be tracked. It's as simple as that.
Me neither. Yeah. But it's this though. I have a question. Going back to Hashim and Amazon. I also heard that the Ring doorbells are going to become police property.
Ring doorbell?
Yeah, that they will, no matter what, they will make. If you have a Ring doorbell, the videos that are recorded, the police can confiscate them at any time, whether you want them or not.
No, that's a violation of privacy. They could try, but that's not going to work.
I think there's an opt feature on that, right? Like, I don't know if it's an opt-in or opt-out, but I did hear the story as well that if you agreed for some type of sharing something it allows the police to access it at any time.
Okay.
Because you agreed to the sharing.
It's no longer private.
Okay. But you agreed to share and you opted in. So do we have to are we automatically opted in, or we have to go in and opt out, or are we automatically opted out and people have to go in and say, I agree to these terms?
That I don't know.
You generally have to opt out. So
where Ring doorbells were being handed out via ADT, like,
hey,
you know,
Telnet is here.
Oh, dude, and we're paying
Skynet.
for it.
Skynet is here.
Skynet, yes.
Skynet. We are paying for it. We're building it. We are building it for them, and then funding it out of our own pockets for them to spy on us and look at us.
Yeah,
Americans are just lazy.
We're an awesome country.
We're lazy. Like, oh, that's great. That makes it a little more convenient for me. And I'm like, what are you giving up for that?
Yeah, I'm with you.
and with all the hacking that's going on, and the holding of hostages of personal records, medical records for ransom.
Something just came out today. Was it the oil company that just paid the ransom and didn't tell us? 11 million?
11 million.
In Bitcoin, though, right? Nonetheless, they still paid it, but
nah, this one was real. But I'm happy. I am happy. Well, that's two things. When not the oil company, the pipeline. When the pipeline paid, somehow they got half of it back
Because it was in Bitcoin.
Huh.
because the FBI struck back. That's how they got it back.
The FBI what?
The FBI or one of our agencies struck back, and they're like, thank you. They cyber attacked them back.
Mm.
And it was one of those. The hackers attacked the pipeline, and the FBI attacked the hackers. Which, depending on how you feel about privacy, that could be pretty scary.
Wow. Okay.
Is that how? Do you guys see World War III happening? And it's going to be cyber attacks. We attack their people. They attack our people.
I think it's actually been going on.
Water.
It'll be the loss of services. It'll be these simple things. It'll be what happened in Texas. All of a sudden, we have no heat and water.
Right.
Well, listen, or no toilet tissue. And you saw how people lost their mind when there was no need to buy toilet tissue. They lost their minds.
It'll be the loss of things that we just take for granted. That'll be the most that'll start the ball rolling. We'll lose something. We're like, wait a minute, I don't have water.
Right. The basic necessities.
It'll be something like that. I don't have heat.
So we'll turn off their electricity. They'll turn off our water. We'll turn off something else of theirs, and
that's how it'll work.
Prepare, people.
Wow. I'm not here to talk
about this. Don't automate your house. Don't automate. Is it animate? Automate. Don't automate. You want your blinds and your lights and your door knobs and your everything on Alexa. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll be the main one standing there like the woman in iRobot talking about, move now. I want to go to church. Well, don't do it.
You retched back on that, but I know just what you're talking about.
Do you? No.
Well, it is what it is. I think automation is the.
It's so tempting.
It is.
It is. It
is tempting. But if they get control, they can lock you in your house.
Well, if you have one of those electric locks, sure.
It's the automation of it. If whatever you
automate.
But it is the automation of it. And with some electric locks, there's an app to lock and unlock your feature remotely.
And it's hacked.
Yeah, I mean, true enough, it is. It's Skynet for real. So, yeah, I get it.
It's so tempting, though. I mean, I would love to be able to just clap my hands and tell Alexa to order me something, and close my blinds, open my doors. But
you don't have Alexa?
No, I have other things that are listening to me constantly.
Oh, dude.
I don't need one more thing that's constantly listening to my conversations or anything that I say.
I dig it.
I like Alexa, but I don't. It's for the TVs because of the Fire Stick. It's so easy.
See, it's so tempting.
It's so easy. It's so easy. And you old enough to remember the pliers.
Well, he just called us lazy. He just called
And
us
turn
lazy
slow because only the fancy TVs let you turn back.
Dude.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
Because we had to start all over again.
Yep.
Right. So you got to turn slow.
Oh,
And you were the remote.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mama dear, we only got 5 channels. Pick
And
one.
when you wanted to mess with your siblings or your friends, you turn it one past.
And get mad.
Fair enough.
We
Wow.
only got 5 channels. We only got 5 channels and 4 shows. Pick something.
Yeah, I was so mad about that. Like, yeah, so you had ABC, NBC, CBS, and Channel 2.
Channel 2.
Right, on VHF. Then for UHF, when they got fancy,
You got that.
and Fox 31 came on, I had to do all that turning just to get to 31. Like, nobody wants to utilize them other channels on there. I was so mad. Like, oh.
You better find Murder, She Wrote.
Right.
Go and find it.
No.
And please let the knob remain intact. Because if
no.
not, the torture was you take the pliers.
Whoever was like running a game. I'm gonna make this knob out of paper mache. So you got to keep buying new knobs every other week.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. So what you're trying to tell me is watch out for Alexa, which I would be doing anyway. I don't trust anything that comes out of
stop
Google and Microsoft. I don't trust them. I don't trust them.
Wait a minute.
Huh? Google and Microsoft, but you trust
Oh, he's turf warring now. This Apple game.
Hey, Google's the worst.
Macintosh gang. Okay, let's get it right.
Peace fight, crack fight.
Yeah, because
Who do you trust?
I'm
Mac.
thoroughly invested into a lot of Apple stock. Let's just put it that way, and it has paid quite well.
Thank God Apple's not following us.
No, they better be. I want the ability to call them. Hey, I went out and bought them AirTags, put one in every car, secretly placed them so I know where my kids are.
Oh my goodness!
Hey,
that was another one.
Actually,
hey, it's all about protecting my kids. All right,
I have no problem with that. Actually,
well, speaking of AirTags, ladies and gentlemen, be careful.
Yep.
When you are out, I saw another news story where they were discussing an issue of a lady was at a club, came home, and found one of the tags like in her bag or somewhere.
In her purse.
Yeah, predators are busy.
Yeah, predators are busy. They'll find a way. And she said it wasn't hers. She didn't know where it came from, but they were. She said she immediately took the battery out so they could stop tracking her. But could it be too late already? Exactly, it's too late. They know where she had been for the last 8 hours, which someone would assume that's home.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
The smart thing would have been for her to recognize it, carry it to a different location.
I'll take it to the police station.
No. Because then they already have the home mark. You got to throw off the scent for what might have been home. It might have just been a hookup spot, right? So go to a different location and then take the battery out there.
Wow.
Or I agree with Carter. Take it to the police station, backtrack it, and find out whose it is, and sit outside their house. Be like, huh?
I mean,
first of all, you don't pay stalking back with vigilantism. Like,
is this new?
What you mean?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What new? Me saying you don't do something with vigilantism? You better turn down your inner colonizer. I have never supported vigilantism.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. How do we pay back stalking?
No. So like I'm saying, you go to the other location, some random place, take the battery out there, right? Confuse them or hope to confuse them like your last stop wasn't home, and then you take it to the police station.
Okay.
I know. I saw y'all had on y'all black people. I already got my mind made up. I ain't listening, filter.
No, we're listening.
What I was thinking was, you understand that the police have been doing this.
Oh, that new.
That's all I was saying.
I mean, we give all our apps on our phones permission to track our locations anyway. So
I turned that on completely off.
So if you look, for those of you that haven't turned it off, go ahead and bring up your Google or your Apple accounts and find the tracking in there, and you will see like, what?
Android too. Calculators who want to use your location. For what? You're a calculator. Why? Yeah. No. Turn it all off. People
you might bite yourself in the butt because it might provide an alibi for certain baseless accusations. But
true.
That's another issue. I ain't gonna go down that slippery slope. We ain't talking about no lying, racist white woman right now.
Let's get into it.
Boy,
let's unhash that.
Okay. Man, goodness.
Wow. Catch us on our next show no more.
Turn that up. Come on.
Okay. My bad. Not tonight.
So inquiring minds want to know.
Catch us next show if you want to know more. Until then, just know.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Wow. Wow. What I love about this space is there's no judgment.
Right.
I be judging.
I'm talking about no judgment of us. We ain't judging ourselves. No, we are judging outside. Here's the thing. I am not afraid to call into account actions of certain individuals, and people who do wrong. That's what we do. Hold them accountable in that respect. And I think that's the benefit of this platform in that point. But yeah, listen, we all got some stuff that's been going on, I wish Kevin was on the show today. We ain't seen Kevin in a minute. Well, maybe y'all have. It's me that's been
Monday. He was here Friday. No, Saturday. I think, right?
I'm gonna share this with you.
I see it. And like, I also recognize the sarcasm in that too. They say I'm just such a bully. Yeah, and you will hear that about me from anyone that, like, you'll never hear that from an intelligent person. You won't, for real. Someone intelligent will never say that.
Well, if they do, it's because they're being sarcastic.
Yeah, they're being, yeah. So I mean, so people that might need that extra, that are deficit, that are a little deficient in that critical thinking, recognize that LOL at the end of that statement, right? Like, that's what that means. But yeah. So yeah, someone intelligent will never say that with sincerity about me. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it was sarcasm.
Yeah. So I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, there's a lot going on locally. Things are starting to ramp up for purposes. Yeah, of elections and things of that nature are starting to ramp up. People starting to advertise and all that other stuff.
That's right. The legislature just ended yesterday.
Just ended. Yep. Exactly.
With some folks lying tails.
Yeah, a bunch of bills that's been out there. It's been interesting being in the position that I've been in. On one side, yes, agree. On one side, you're fighting for these freedoms and changes in laws. On the other side, you're seeing the opposite end of why this is a good bill or a bad bill. It's been a unique position to be in to see how folks respond to certain bills. But would you all say that it's been a successful general session this last go round or unsuccessful?
It's been successful, but I can't give it an A.
Right.
C's get degrees.
For the D's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, that's where it is. I'll leave it at that. There was a ton of bills. I was supposed to testify on a bill, but I couldn't, because anytime you testify in General Assembly, you might as well just block off the whole day because things will happen. Hey, you're going to testify at 8:30, 1:30. Hey, it's been postponed until later this afternoon at 3. Can you be around? Sure. 4:30 come around. I think you're going to pause it today. So,
right. And it'll be next Tuesday.
You're right. It'll be next Tuesday. So I missed out on that opportunity, if you will. In terms of looking at things for the criminal side of things, I think there's been some successes and some defeats. I'll say that. You know, what else is there to say? And
what was the defeat?
Well, I mean, did we go as far as we possibly could have? You know, did we get all the changes that we wanted to see? No, but I get it. There's baby steps. You know, people always say to me on the school board, man, y'all got to make immediate changes. Y'all got to make immediate changes. And it's like, you know, well, it's I'm one of 7 people. You got a $500 million budget, a little bit more than a $500 million budget. All in with our bonds, we're probably $800 million. And so steps that you take are not leaps. They're little baby steps. And so folks don't really understand that, you know, when you're trying to make change. So I say the same thing about our government. We got to
depends on who it's affecting.
True.
Certain folks have stronger and faster traction, or certain issues have stronger and faster traction than other issues do, like that weak potency cap bill that the speaker Alex Garnett did. Like, speaker bill. Like, people don't want to stand up against the speaker bill because of my political career. So therefore, I've replaced my backbone and all this stuff. Is about cannabis. I think it was like 13, 17. But you got to watch that too. You got to watch. Like, people don't like to vote against the speaker's bill. Because he's the speaker, right? And you got to figure out why, right? Why is something that's being ran underneath the speaker's bill being ran underneath the speaker's bill? But there's a whole lot of dishonesty there. I'm not quite ready to unpack from it because, you know, I like to prepare. And yeah, but then back to the criminal justice stuff. What's wrong? You okay?
No,
we recognize your physical emotions.
No, I am. I apologize.
I yield the floor.
I apologize for my emotions getting the best of me. Please continue.
I can only think of a couple times where that's actually occurred.
Remain stoic.
Oh my gosh.
We had a guest on too.
So I'd like to take this time to offer out my sincere sympathies to your mother, because it must have been...
No fighting.
I have now lost my stoicism, and like I say, hey Hashim, I swear for sweat.
There we go.
You don't bring up my mama.
Wait a minute. I thought about the Black classic movie. I feel so sorry for your mother. What you say about my mama? But no, look, the criminal justice bill. Why do those have to keep getting watered down?
Yeah.
And I fault my party for, you know, they try to act like they got teeth, but them ain't nothing but some low budget dentures. They try to act like they got strategy and tactics, but that stuff lies on the other side. Right. I don't know why they don't talk about the harms of the criminal justice system outside of the Black perspective for a moment. Right? Like, we are disproportionately affected. I got that. But we are not solely affected by it. Mm-hmm. And if we really talk about and start go into these rural communities about how law enforcement and even in the city on how they target poor people, poor white folks, y'all get this too. Like, so if we improve the system, it works better. It works well for you as well. But it just, it baffles me. Like, when we don't do the right targeting, then I'm baffled by how people are so attached and so warned by their racism that they're like, yeah, I'm good on that.
Right.
Well, my question is this: in the poor white neighborhoods, it's still not the same, and not on the same level. So
nobody said that, but I'm talking about how it affects them.
But perhaps that's why it doesn't affect them as much. That's why.
That's not the argument. Okay. The statement is like it just bothers them, period. And you're saying that because it has to be an exorbitant amount or an astronomical amount of rate to get them going? It's not even being a message to let them know that it's an issue.
Did you die? Did they die? No, they're not dying.
Okay. I don't think that's it.
Okay.
I just don't think they're being made aware of it. Like, it's the same thing of since Bacon's Rebellion. So go ahead, Michael. You can't recognize this time.
I am trying to be polite.
I just want you to talk.
But what I'm saying is, I think, and this is one of the going way back to LBJ. I don't talk over people. I'm trying to be polite. It's we are, as long in the culture, as long as there is a status, they are comfortable with whatever is going on at the bottom doesn't affect me, even if the bottom is right there. And so they disassociate themselves from that, even though, like Stefania was saying, it does happen, maybe not to the same proportion, but it does happen to poor whites, but they will still vote for
against their interest.
Right. And you can't tell me they're not aware, because they're very vocal about they should just comply. Why don't they just comply? They're very vocal. They are very much aware of what's going on.
Yeah, but like I said, Bacon's Rebellion. Follow that down. When poor whites started to mingle with the blacks to fight against the planter class. Oh, once it got broken up, they made an agreement. Listen, we will let you poor people supervise and be a step above black folks. As long as you never side with them.
Everybody's still broke.
So they benefit from the hierarchy.
Yep.
No matter what, they benefit from it. So they will continue to help.
As Chris Rock said, Chris Rock even made a joke about it. He was like, ain't no white person in here want to trade places with me and be black, even if you had Oprah's money.
Right.
True.
And nobody raised their hand.
That's true. That is true. Let me share this one. Y'all see that?
Yep.
Yeah. That to me will continue to be the age-old question of voting against your interests. But what also affects me is those people who are simply single issue voters. In other words, on one issue will determine who they vote for, even if the other issues affects them negatively. They'll focus on the one issue. So I have problems with that, just the same.
I don't think there's that many of them that will say that's the one issue.
Second Amendment.
I think there is a one, but
abortion.
But I refuse to believe that the predominant. No. Are you telling me if Democrats were pro Second Amendment, that whole group of people would slide over to being Democrats?
Yes.
No. And that's what I'm saying. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that
because many of the policies that the Democrats put out are actually helpful to them. However, it seems to be those single issues.
But I don't think it's a single issue. I think it is a single. They're not going to vote this way. They just need a reason. And whatever we want to throw out there, abortion, gun rights, whatever you want to call it, they're not going to vote that way, and they can wrap their arms around that.
I agree. Our good congressman, Jason Crow, 6th Congressional District, Army vet, war vet, gun owner, still got people, didn't convert those when Morgan and Andrew ran before, like, Second Amendment. Those people still didn't flip over, right? They found a new reason to be like, nah, not that. And I definitely agree. Mark your calendars. I agree with Michael. Like, it is just the convenient PC excuse, because I really hate black people and all the work that y'all do for black people.
I can't say that.
I can't say that. right. Or non-white people, right? Because it's not just us they hate. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't have to pass the anti-Asian hate bill. So that's just the convenient excuse to wrap it up.
I think that's a perfect example. Senator or Representative Crow Like you said, war veteran, gun owner. What more do you want? Nah, he's a Democrat.
Yep.
I hear y'all. I mean, I hear you. I just see it in different circles, but yeah, I mean, you could be right. You know, the thing about, I'm a gun owner and a Democrat.
I think everybody on here is a gun owner.
Are we?
Is everybody a gun owner? You could have just said yes, Hashim.
So extra. So extra.
I'm not ashamed. I'm an unapologetic Democrat gun owner.
Sorry, not
Facts.
sorry.
Facts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Been one since 21.
Yeah, my dad was an avid hunter, and he passed down all of his guns to me. So, yep, gun owners. We're not coming for your guns. We are gun owners.
Well, that's the nonsense that's put out there, and I just say, so has that happened through Obama?
Right.
Has that happened through Clinton? Well, Clinton did put on a ban on assault, but you have to. What is the definition of assault weapons? But anyway,
Clinton did that, or did Reagan do that?
Well,
Reagan started it.
Well, Clinton signed it. He signed like a 10-year ban.
I'm just saying, like that. Those regulations came underneath the Reagan administration.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
The Republican.
There you have it.
They don't want to recognize that.
Didn't he also do that when he was governor of California? And the law respecting citizens happened to take their firearms to the state capitol. And there was issue behind that.
Wow.
It
is because those citizens.
That's right.
And they happen to belong to this group called the Black Panthers. And like, oh.
We said everybody can have a gun except.
Like,
you gotta read the fine print.
Right.
You gotta read all of it. Oh.
Some.
All right. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like there is an elephant in the room of something that has to be discussed. What is it?
Why is Hashim still single?
Yes, that's on
y'all
all.
have failed
I
me.
can answer that.
But I can't.
Now you want to talk.
I can't answer that. But I'm curious to know why. Why is Hashim still single? Isn't it? This is June, right? This is June. This is
one because it's summertime. Ain't no thought trying to get booed up in the summer. You've been out the game too long. What is this?
Apparently, we all have.
Hold on, time out. Wait one.
Wait, who's the thought?
Just call himself a thought.
That's the question.
Yes.
That's the question.
What we ain't gonna shame nobody. We all about positivity.
No shaming. I'm just trying to be clear.
It's your word.
Truth in advertisement.
That's your word.
No, he said it.
He did.
I ain't shame.
Fair enough. I'm just like, wow.
But I'm vaccinated and I'm actively seeking balcony patio dining dates.
Oh boy. Well, in case you're wondering,
this is the
put his number in the comments.
I don't have to worry about that because Joseph Camp already has me set up on the internet with my number and my address.
Oh wow. There it is.
We're not saying that name.
The personal section of DBT, but back to better news. Joseph Camp.
Well, no, I ain't trying to get on my dating situation. Just because you want to talk about, I'm trying to get booed up.
Okay,
I'm trying to get something to match what you got on your finger.
We need it. So,
ooh,
it's
John, you got it like that. Show that ring, girl. That's what he's trying to get.
No, we're not doing that.
June 10th. We need to have Hashim a date by June 10th in honor of a celebration of blackness.
There you go.
That's supposed to be freedom. Don't date. No. Let me stop.
I think you should.
Celebration.
I'm gonna tell you, like they told all the women, you need to lower your standards.
Oh wow!
Too picky.
Wow.
So that ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
That sounds like something I would say to
A
the women back
lot
in
of
the day.
fighting over women get to hear. You're too picky.
You need to lower your standards.
You need
It
to
sounds
lower
like a pickup line.
Well, then maybe this should be the
I'm
summer.
not as tight.
Maybe this should be the summer of enjoyment.
Yeah,
of,
man.
One's singleness.
That's right. It's pride. It's pride. Celebrate.
Hashim, maybe this is the summer you work on you.
That's another. Yeah, that's another. Another phrase.
I gotta be careful with him.
I don't know how to
like to say slick comments.
Yeah, that
wrapped
was
in
pretty
hell.
slick. Does that mean
You just take it like that.
Define that.
Maybe this is the summer that Hashim. This is the summer Hashim dates Hashim.
I
Again,
can't be like, Jesus is my man. That don't work. I mean,
no, not so much.
Oh wow. Okay.
Summer of Love Tour
Christine,
2021.
Did you have date? Were you in a were you in a relationship last summer?
no.
Okay, so we don't need to date again. He doesn't need to date himself again. He
you.
said he knows he know him.
And he's like, it ain't gonna work.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the hat. This is how the Hatfields and the McCoys began. Off of some mess like this.
We're all one.
Nothing but love here.
We're all one family.
Peace.
I hope you still paying your son for his labor and haven't gone to like sweatshops in your household.
Man, that is a whole nother.
Shots fired.
Woo. He need a job. He need to move. That's you know what? Then I think about it. Back in the day, what 13, 14, you had to move out, right? You had to go out.
Oh my God, no!
Your way in the world.
The Bible says you're a man at 12, right?
No.
How old are them kids on different strokes?
You know what? I still say we shouldn't even be putting our kids out of our house at 18.
I agree.
We need time to grow. We need to stop doing that to our kids.
Name another culture that does that.
Right.
Mine.
Turn our kids over to the world like that. That's
a world that's already set up against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. That's a real topic right there.
I moved out 5 days after I graduated.
I was out at 18.
College or out?
Me? I was gone.
Yeah, I was gone.
I joined the army.
Well, that's different.
That's different.
I didn't join the army. I went to college, and my mother knew that I was not coming back.
Okay, that's still different because you get 4 years of college that gives you an opportunity to make good choices and to move on. Now, a lot of people are are kicking our kids out at 18 and they're working at McDonald's.
And that's
Amazon.
That is one of those things where it is expected that once he gets to that graduation date, there's an expectation.
Yeah.
There's an expectation once he gets to his graduation date that it's time for him to move on.
Mm-hmm.
That move on includes a higher level.
College.
He needs to take the next step. See, shake your head. There's an expectation.
So what's the expectation?
He's got to go.
Where? Why are you turning him over to the world?
He can go to college.
What?
He can go to college. He can go to university.
He can go to the army. He can go to the armed for.
He can join the merchant. I don't know. Is it the merchant Marines?
Don't go to the Marines and the Army. Listen, it's Navy or Air Force. Preferably Air Force.
Go to the Air Force.
I tell him join the Air Force.
Yeah.
Even as Army, I tell him join the Air Force. But yeah, I mean, everybody raise your kids how you want to raise your kids. I'm just saying how I'm going to raise mine.
But okay. There's just so much to it. Why can't the next level be like, hey, we're going to give you a crash course in adulthood with bumpers while in the home.
Right.
You'll have to make a choice. Either you're in school or you get a job and you contribute
to the household.
You have rent.
Yes.
Right. You will pay a portion of the light bill. Like you will have to save some money aside. Like it's those type of training exercises that you do at home so that it's not a shock in the real world. You would be I get so annoyed when I hear these little kids talk about, and I say little kids, I'm talking about like 18 to like 30. How do you make a doctor's appointment? How do you find this? Or what's the best way for me to get insurance rates? And I'm like, there was something that was lost, right? Or how do I do laundry? Just the basics of doing laundry, of like not mixing certain colors or certain washables. Yeah, so I feel that should have been going on from an earlier age, but the real life stuff, the bill paying stuff, like, hold up, all of us have worked a job. What we do now is not what we've always done. We've had those supervisors that have been everything but blatant racist, and maybe sometimes even blatant racist. So if I had children, and I advocate for my nieces and nephews, like I not in good conscience can I be like 18, get out, do it all on your own, and navigate a system at work that's your livelihood with people who want you to fail. Like, right.
The couple of things, unpack a couple of things. There's a couple of things you said that if my son got to 18-year-olds and could not do, I would have failed as a parent. If he can't do his laundry, if he can't pay a bill, I have failed. So there are certain things that look, these are the rules. I'm not running a work study. You need to make the next step, but I have the duty to teach you certain things before you leave. Period. So if you come back to me and be like, Daddy, I don't know how to do this, that's on me. If it's something that I didn't teach you that you're gonna, that's on me, and I need to handle that. But what you're not gonna do is stop. I've graduated, I'm done. You're not gonna do that. There has to be a next step. You've got to be he should be learning that he should be doing these things while he's in high school. When he's 16 years old, he should have a job.
I don't think anybody's disagreeing with you on that, especially since we all think that at the you either go to college or you go to the armed forces. So there's no graduate high school and then stop. However, graduate high school, get kicked out and figure out which way you're going to go.
No, dude, do you know I've already had conversations with my 13-year-old about where I think he wants or where I want him to go to college, understanding that he could be like, no, Dad, I'm not doing that. Right. But we've already had that conversation where I've already told him I expect that next step. If he goes to a trade school, fine. But I've told him I expect that next step. I've given him college brochures.
So let me ask you this. If he goes to a trade school, he can still live under your roof?
No.
See, that's the problem we're having.
I agree, Stefania.
That's the problem I'm having.
Well, here we go.
Oh, yeah. I want to acknowledge one of Bruce Floyd's comments. He said he wished that we would encourage National Service Corps more than armed services.
No, well, here's what I'll say about that. Because AmeriCorps, I have no issue with that. And remember what AmeriCorps and what's the other one? What's another one called? I can't remember. What does it include? You going outside of your comfort zone to help somebody else. I have no problem with him joining AmeriCorps or one of the nationals. I have no problem. I can't remember the other one. I have no problem with that. But you got to make the next step. There has to be. I don't want that Arrested Development unless it is completely. That's the only thing that he has left. There has to be. You got to teach your children to grow up, and then you got to let them grow up once they get there. But I'm crazy.
Oh, we know.
Hey, you sleep on your couch.
No argument for us.
You sleep on your couch.
If he paying a portion of the rent, show up.
See?
But no. At AC, you said he got to get out. He can't even pay a portion of the rent and stay.
That's a grown-up move. If he gets a roommate, moves out, that's a grown-up move.
If he needs 4 roommates to live in Colorado.
And if he gets 4 roommates and moves out, that's a grown-up move. And I'll still bring him food. I'll bring him clothes, but that's a grown-up move. There can only be one man.
You kick him out, what are you bringing in food and clothes for?
Because I'm his dad. I'm still his dad. But there can only be one man in the house. All right? I'm crazy.
Yes, you are.
Think about it. He wants to be an adult. Once he becomes adult, he needs to go and make adult decisions. He needs to move on. Why is that?
It doesn't mean that you have to leave the house in order to make adult decisions. I'm sorry. My son is a stockbroker. He's 26. He still lives here. He just got his stockbroker degree. He needed that time to do what he needed to do. He's getting ready to move out, but he's 26.
Let me make this argument. So I have a 20-year-old. I have a 20-year-old. I know.
Oh man,
I look good though. Doggone it, I look good. Somebody the other day said, "I thought you're 30." I said, "I'm 30 now."
Right.
Like no
I got a 20-year-old. He's still in college. He's still learning. But you know what? I'm okay with him being here because here's the thing. I grew up different. I grew up in a tough environment. So when I knew I was preparing to leave. So when I got out, I was gone. It's different now. This COVID thing, the cost of college. So you got to, you have to allow them to sit here and grow, in that aspect. So I'm okay with that. But I told him that, when you hit 20, you're going to start paying a little portion of rent, a little for your cell phone bill, because you got to learn responsibility. And that's the key.
But Marcus, when he graduated, didn't he move on?
He graduated and went to college, but he came back here.
Now he came back because of extraordinary circumstances.
No, because he was living in a dorm, so he wasn't on his own. I paid for all that college stuff.
But
you ain't got no friend on this show, Michael. You ain't got no friend.
No. Literally, Marcus. No, I have no problem exactly what happened with Marcus's son. His son graduated and then went to college. There was an extraordinary circumstance. He came home. That's fine.
But you're blaming it on the circumstance. The extraordinary circumstances is the reason why he came home. I think he would have come home regardless if there was COVID or not.
I don't know if Marcus would have let him.
Really, Marcus? Just gonna leave me out there like that?
But it doesn't matter because what Marcus is doing is showing the word growth. Michael is stagnant and is happy with being stagnant.
Well, you know what? We have Marcus has another example.
Marcus like, quit putting my business out in the street.
Well, Marcus, you have another example. Your daughter just graduated.
You gonna break her plate and fork, melt down her fork, and kick her out?
Shoot, she's the second highest wage earner in this house. So
okay, that was shade. You guys didn't hear it, but that was shade. that we're not gonna.
You better sleep like this.
No.
Yeah, exactly. That was shade. Somebody just threw shade. Oh. That's all.
I have to say, my son graduated college, came back, and came back home. And
Stefania, you're agreeing with me. He graduated college. He left your house when he graduated high school, correct?
You are Fox News because she.
Look, no, explain to me. I'm sorry, Stefania. Explain to me the progress of he went to college and then came back. Explain that.
College. He went to college. He went to college for 2 years. Decided to come back home and finish his college out here. And I allowed them to do that. I allowed them to grow and do that. Nobody is saying, Michael, that they finished high school and are laying on your couch. We are not talking about that type of person. Right. We are talking about your child who is still trying to be successful, but needs to be under your roof to get their wings, to get the wind underneath their wings.
If I may. Marcus and Stefania literally did exactly what you guys are yelling me about.
No. What you're not gonna do is bit and piece listen to us. Okay. Stefania gave it to you right on the board. Ain't nobody said the couch is yours and you can be there and not do anything. That's not what we said. No. We are saying there is training wheel program.
Yeah, that's called high school. Next question.
For you, but that is not what we have said.
I'm telling you.
Don't tell me nothing except the truth.
Stefania, when your son graduated high school, what was his next move?
College.
Marcus, when your son graduated high school, what was his next move?
You're missing the point, though.
Stefania, if your son didn't graduate high school. Hold on. Let me. I messed up. Drink your coffee right now. Go back to your hand and your stuttering moment. Stefania, after high school graduation of your son, if your son did not go to college, would you have allowed your son to work?
Yes.
And still live at home with you?
Yes. If he had a plan. Yes. If he had a job and decided, because college, sometimes kids need to grow, that they need it next year. If he needed a year to work and then go to college or then figure out what he wanted to do, absolutely I would have let him have that.
Would you have let your child go to trade school and live with you?
Yes, because he's doing something. He is still growing. There is nothing wrong with trade school.
Oh, and don't point that finger at me. I actually have no problem with trade schools.
Okay.
They just can't go to trade school while they live under your roof.
We might have to work
You have
something.
a daughter, right?
Maybe
You have a daughter.
Huh?
You have a daughter. At 18, is she getting out? Did she?
Oh, she can stay as long as she wants. I'm sorry. Did I not make that clear?
You are such a stop it.
I apologize. I thought I made that clear. Michaela can stay here till I get old. Then she can have the house.
Not happy with that. Okay. So, and Marcus, you're agreeing.
Oh, he's not kicking Anda out.
No, Anda's like I said, she does her thing. She earns her dough. She is a Marcus.
Okay.
Nobody else in the house likes to say it, but she's a hustler. So she wouldn't want to stay anyway. She's already trying to get out. So, make her own money. Get her. She's talking about, I'm gonna build me a house.
Right. Okay. And that's a decision. She wants to go. But for somebody who just needs a little extra time and they're working, you don't have to wake them up every morning and say, get up, go find a job. And they're trying to figure out life
right
on their own. Then why would we look, guys?
I'm not going anywhere. No, I'm not going anywhere. I wasn't going anywhere. I was trying to turn the blinds. I'm trying to close the blinds.
That was the Lord stepping in and letting the sun blind you like he did Saul.
Jehovah.
On the road to Damascus. Oh, glory.
Jehovah broke through the clouds.
Some people, boy, they can quote that Bible, can't they?
Oh, look at me. That's shame.
What that means, Stefania?
Call on them, baby.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Anyway, we are what time? But what are we at? We are at
7 hour. Even after that, we still did not. God, y'all sad. Even after that, we still did not, and we don't know who the best rapper alive is. Oh, was it the best? What was it? Was it the best rapper?
The best rapper.
All time?
So
Who's
first
the best? Who do you say it is, Marcus? Best rapper alive.
Alive. Me or Marcus?
Either one, because I really don't care about this subject.
Hashim says Eminem. I'll go with.
All right. See, let the record show.
Who is the best female vocalist of all time?
The what?
That's just a fight.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Who's the best female vocalist of all time?
Like singing?
Huh?
Singing vocalist?
Yes.
It's not a fight.
I would say.
Oh, come on.
It's a tie between two for me. Can I give you two? All right. And Ella Fitzgerald.
Yes.
And then my second one would be Rochelle Farrell.
I say Ella. She did some work with those vocals.
Okay.
Ella is tune a piano to somebody's voice.
Okay, Ella's up there. Yes. Okay. She is up there. But Ella didn't have the range of, let's say, some of our more contemporary singers. And I know because I grew up playing classical jazz.
Ooh.
So, don't say it.
Who didn't she have the range of?
Nobody's going to say it but me. Wow.
What?
Go ahead. Come on, Paperboy, bring it.
Who are you going to say? Rihanna? Beyonce?
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha, I love Aretha. But Aretha did not have Ella Fitzgerald's range.
Right. And scat capability.
And clarity.
All right.
Aretha was phenomenal. She was powerful. And I love Aretha, but I think Patti LaBelle had more range than Aretha.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who I think is the best female vocalist? Wow. Let's just put it this way. I love me some Whitney because Whitney was the epitome of grace when it came to enunciation, strength, tone. She's perfectly toned. However, I like Minnie Riperton.
Minnie is bad.
Minnie was bad, yeah. Minnie was bad.
I can't. So Minnie would be my oof.
I think Minnie was my second.
I have three, but I don't think Minnie was better than Ella.
No, I don't either. I think Minnie was good, but Ella is still number one for me.
In her latter years of life, she kept that instrument going.
Yeah, Ella is.
I don't know how you put Whitney up over all those other though. There's so many. I love Whitney. I think she was so phenomenally talented, and to be called the voice, she did have a phenomenal voice. What, Carter?
But okay, Ella versus Sarah Vaughan. See, Sarah Vaughan.
Is there an argument for not the best, but Mariah versus Whitney? Is there even an argument there?
No, Mariah doesn't come close.
But I thought Mariah was the only person who had the vocal range that included
5 octaves.
Is that it?
So Billie Holiday, her whistling.
Billie Holiday.
I didn't like Billie's tone, but I like Billie. If that
I liked her too, but she still doesn't. She's still not up there for, not even in the top 5 for me.
Well, yeah, I agree. Ella is not my number 1, but yes, she is in the top 3.
You still haven't said who your number 1 is. Who was your number 1?
Look, Crow pull up. He put Billie Holiday. I think she's great. What do y'all think about Etta James? I'm just throwing some names out.
She told Beyonce, "I will."
Like that.
I think they did her wrong. I think Beyonce did her wrong, and quite honestly, I think Beyonce owes her, a couple of thank yous and an apology.
Well, did you guys ever the movie that she sang on the soundtrack for, where Beyonce sang her song? Did you see the
Cadillac
movie?
Records?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. But okay, Etta James. I think Etta James is underrated. I like Etta James, and she's missed.
Yeah,
but I like far as what my.
I think she should have been the one to sing her songs at the inauguration for Barack. Why get Beyonce when Etta James was alive?
Well, I think that came from that. I think that came from that movie. I think it came from
popularity, and some things are thank yous for helping me on the tour.
But I don't think it was she sang it in Chess Records and she
song.
But Cadillac Records was not
Cadillac
that.
Records.
Like you don't even know the name, so it wasn't that popular of a movie.
No, the real name of it was Chess Records. It was Cadillac Records, but it was based on Chess Records.
What was the name of the movie?
Cadillac Records.
Yeah,
okay.
Cadillac Records.
So you don't even know the name of the movie.
Based on Chess Records.
But what was the name of the movie?
Cadillac Records.
Oh my God! Stop it.
Okay.
Chess Records.
Based off of Chase Records.
I'm thinking about Ella a lot, and I'm reminding some of the songs that I have. They did some remakes of her songs, but they also did some remakes of there's some other remakes that I have which are really good. They took the old sound. Ella's up there, but I'm a big Whitney fan. I love Whitney's voice.
Whitney over Rochelle Farrell?
No. I do. Yes, I do like Rochelle Farrell. She is underrated. She has this.
She's got range too.
She's got some range on her
upper and her lower register.
No doubt about it.
I'm just not a fan of hers, but I would choose Whitney over her. I don't know why. It's just a person. I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
Is Anita Baker not even in the conversation, right?
No. I love Anita Baker.
She's just Anita is just she was that.
So I love her tone, but I had a friend of mine ruin Anita Baker for me. He was like, "So if music is your thing, and you know what a note is, what does Anita Baker do when she sings? She ain't hitting the note properly."
She ain't.
A lot of people don't hit notes properly, but they're still entertaining.
And after I heard that, it just messed it up for me sometimes.
Here you go. There you go. And by the way, today's singer, Lettucey. I like Lettucey.
Not over Rochelle. For me.
I do. Lettucey, pieces of me. She's got crazy range.
She does.
Underrated.
Okay, all right. So let Bruce Floyd. What song from Ella Fitzgerald would I recommend to showcase that best showcase her range?
Oh, her range.
The range, I don't know, but it's her tone on any music that she's done. Grab the Cole Porter songbook and also grab the Louis Armstrong songbook and the Duke Ellington songbook, and that whatever you choose in there. I think would be good.
All right, Misty, just listen to Misty, Bruce. There you go. That will demonstrate her high range. If you're looking for tracks for Ella,
but also with Ella, it's not just about the range; it's the how she controlled her voice. So what she could do with it with a lullaby, and then do it up tempo as well. Like, I love it. So if you're on YouTube, there's this thing where she samples like country music. She does jazz. She does something like with hip hop. Like, it just shows that. So you're watching this woman like, wow. I like when people show off. For Rochelle Farrell, the song I would say to look at her range. There's two. The Blackbird on her first project, on her instrument project.
Oh, yeah.
And then also for Rochelle Farrell, I Can't Explain. The ability of what she does on there of holding one note for so long. Oh my God. And then I got to throw in Karen and Twinkie Clark of the Clark Sisters.
Where's Jill Scott?
So I got to throw them in because they bad.
Where's Jill Scott?
Jill Scott would make
she's
my
in the top 20.
Okay.
She's underrated. And she's humble how she sings.
She is.
I just remember her on the Chappelle Show soundtrack, and her and Lauryn Hill going back and forth.
Ooh, I think Jill will walk Lauryn.
It was Lauryn Hill's song. Like, I think Lauryn Hill was going to be the leader of the song, and Jill Scott just kind of showed up and showed out.
Lauryn is bad, but Lauryn doesn't have Jill's range.
Right. I get chills thinking about that one.
I have to go back and listen to more Jill to get her range. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. Mr. Thompson asked about the greatest rapper alive. He said Rakim. I just put out the definitive list. Put out the definitive list there so that it is known by all.
Hold on. I'm gonna put a definitive list out that ain't got a. I got you on the first one, but the last three you can cross them all off.
KRS-One and Rakim?
They're not the top five.
Y'all, I know what it is. What is it? When they came out, you didn't have electricity in them stick of the woods where you from, so you weren't able to hear them. It wasn't until later when you got older and you were able to rub some pennies together and you're like, oh, this is Andre 3000. I like that.
I can agree with Andre 3000, but you got to say the greatest rapper alive. See, the problem is Rakim.
Listen,
he can't even say his name right. Are you kidding?
These are the comments and the thoughts of Michael Carter and Michael Carter alone by his diss to Rakim, KRS-One, and Nas. Please send all hate mail to him. Leave his wife and his children out of it.
I'm not, dude. I'm sorry, I can't ride with Rakim.
Fire up that.
He can't even say his name right.
Rakim,
his name right.
How do you say his name?
And Bruce just lost all credibility with that response.
How do we ban people from watching the show?
Nonsense.
It's right. Hey, it's Kanye. Kanye's top five.
Okay, and with that nonsense,
he has a radon leak going on in his home.
I know it. See.
Kanye's lyrics were written by Consequence.
All right. Well, Kanye's top five _ Kanye. Kanye's top five. His first 5 albums are fire. Sorry.
Kanye's production.
Let's go.
5.
Dropout.
Not his lyrics.
Dropout. What are the first 3? Which one had Power?
You said they were top 5. I expect you to present what those are.
Power. The one that had Power. College Dropout.
Clearly, they're not that high. Held in that high of regard.
His first 5 hours. Oh my God.
We're waiting.
It's like the movie. It's an awesome movie, and that's why they got recognized.
Oh my God, I might just be getting old. College Dropout, Power, Gold Digger.
We're doing the top 5. Wouldn't it be Late Registration?
His first 5 albums. The only one I can't remember is
Late Registration.
Late Registration. That's the one. First
so
one.
Let me give you a little hint to remember the first 3. They're college related.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. College dropout,
Registered dropout,
and then what's the one I'm missing? Because then the fourth one is the one that had nothing to do with college. It was 808 is the one when his mom died, and then the fifth one had power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I'm missing the middle one. I'm missing one. Sorry.
He's a hell of a lawyer, y'all. Math, not so much.
Late registration, college dropout. The one I'm missing, the one when his mother died, 808s, and then the one with power. That's 5. I'm missing the number. I'm missing the third one. I'm sorry. I didn't know there was going to be a quiz today.
Pablo.
That's after power.
Yeah,
after power.
As a lyricist, he's average. Production, he's in top 3. The best producer in the hip hop game by far, Timbaland.
I was listening to some old Timbaland today.
All right, time.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what happened, y'all, before the show.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We had some deep discussions.
I thought I got all my profanities out. But
right. 808s, graduation, college dropout, late registration, and then the one that had power on it, which is My Beautiful Dark Fantasy. Dog it.
They're okay. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Dope Black Thoughts out. A-D-D-I-C-T-E-D. What is love? It's a drug. Let it rotate, did it hit back in it. Calling me an Uber just to hit back in it. Hit the cash out like pay, I spend it. Is it really worth the wait? I don't get it.